Hey guys, it's Nikki from Plant Parenthood. I have this Anthurium Pyrrosia that I'm going to mount in a deer pelvis. Okay, let's get started on this Pyrrosia longifolia. I'm going to put it in this hip bone. Yep, it's going to get a little creepy, guys. I've got this pelvis that I used to have a staghorn fern in, and it froze and it died because I forgot about it outside. So I'm going to wedge this Anthurium in here and have a mount. I've already put chicken wire in here, so that's already in there. And I'm going to put some cocoa liner. I'm going to cut it out and kind of piece it together and go from that. So we're going to make some art today. Let's see. I'm going to start at the seam. And I actually got these on clearance. I don't really use a bunch of these cocoa liners except on my mounts because I think they dry out really, really quickly. And most of the stuff I have in pots like this size, I don't want to dry out that quickly. I don't put my Hoya in here. I don't put that kind of stuff in there. So anyway, this stuff kind of pulls apart and you can make it do what you want it to do. So I'm going to, since it is going to hang inside, I do want to make sure that I get it to where things won't leak. I am going to use sphagnum moss, get it all in there. And I don't like blunt cuts on these, so I'm just going to pull and make sure that I'm holding it down when I'm pulling. And I keep everything. I don't throw it away. So I will use this cocoa liner, whatever I pulled off. I'm going to use it on other projects. So put that there. All right. So that looks pretty good. I also have, I'll decide if I want to use the sheet moss around it, but I could put sheet moss around it if I wanted to. So I always put the tag in there because if I forget what it is, I want to know what it is later. And with as many plants as I have, that's very possible that I will forget what kind of plants I have. And I'm just getting new to Anthurium. I am not an expert on Anthurium. So I'm kind of learning about them. I've had really good luck with my Anthurium mounts, but I do have to keep them extremely wet. So that's definitely something I have to, keep on top of. But since I've got some roots on the bottom, I'm just going to cut this pot out because I do want to keep these little ones, although that one I'm not so worried about because it's all broken, so we won't worry about that one. That's the bottom out. Okay. So here is my Pyrrosia. And I think I'm going to be able to squish it down. I'm going to go water it. Okay, so I got it all wet so that it can squish and get a little more malleable here. And I want to I don't want to put it all this way, so I'm going to pitch it to where it's kind of growing upwards like this. I don't know, I may have to, it's a little big. I'm going to attempt to kind of get me another, I'm going to try to break it into two. Might kill it, probably will, but what am I going to do here? And if I take this, I can make another mount off of it. So let's try that. This. Gonna back it up with some sphagnum. Pack it in there pretty good. I'm trying not to do too hard of a pack here because I want those roots to breathe and to love life. not get strangled. I'm going to put some sphagnum moss back here. Kind of get it really set in there. Like that. Tuck it in like that. So that's kind of cool looking. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to look and see, because I don't want to see this part. This part here is ugly. And the top is kind of ugly. So I'm going to put some sphagnum up here. All right. I'm going to get some fishing line. I won't need to put too much fishing line in here because it's gonna take to the mesh netting that I've gotten here, and I think it's gonna do a pretty good job with that. But just until I'm confident that it has taken, I'm gonna go ahead and tie it in here real quick. I'm doing a surgeon's knot. If y'all know me, y'all know I like to do those. I don't have any leaves tied in. That's good news. And do a little quick wrap. I leave my tail piece because I might have to come back and tie to it. But I'm going to go around and make sure I don't cut any leaves. I am not using a lot of force at all. This is basically just to make sure it stays in until it starts to root in there. But this is not something I plan on keeping. Gonna go through here and all right. Now that looks pretty cool. Can you see that? Awesome. I think I'm going to buy some Spanish moss and put some Spanish moss on it. So if I decide to do that, I'll show you how I do it because I do like to keep the look of the bone. But anyway, it's kind of neat.